Brad, now tonight there are also grave concerns about how this disaster could impact the environment. Our Jay Korf continues our team coverage. And Jay, you spoke today with water quality experts. What's their take on all of this?
So they're looking at this in two stages, Scott, present and future environmental concerns. Now, right now, fortunately, we are not dealing with an ecological disaster, but so much remains unknown.
I took a deep sigh of relief when I saw that the ship had not ruptured or sank. And so as long as they're able to get that off the water, I think we'll be in good shape.
Gary Bellin with American Rivers is an expert on urban waterways. While officials say they've observed a sheen on the water, the Dolly's fuel tank remains intact.
If there becomes a hole in the ship or it starts to leak fuel oil, that's a whole nother question. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that doesn't happen.
The ship is carrying dozens of hazardous materials containers. Federal officials concede that some of those containers have sustained damage, but according to experts on site, continued water and air quality monitoring presently shows no ecological concerns. Two massive absorbent barriers are in the water, making sure any hazardous materials remain in check. Other protocols are in place in the event that there's a fuel spill. Some of those materials include soaps, resins, perfume, and batteries. Emily Ranson with Clean Water Action says advocacy groups are keeping a very close eye on those water and air quality results.
Hazardous materials could mean a wide swath of products. What we've heard in this case is that they're mostly corrosives, flammables, and some miscellaneous hazardous materials like lithium-ion batteries.
Ranson says with birds, fish, oysters, and crabs calling this part of the Patapsco River home, the massive salvage operation to come and bridge rebuilding to come present additional layers of concern.
What type of machinery are they going to have to bring in? What type of disruption is that going to have to the channel? Any dredging that has to happen is always a concern. And then, of course, a bridge will need to be replaced. And so what type of impact will that have on the surrounding environment?
And a final present concern, trucks holding hazardous materials, well, they traveled on the now vanquished Key Bridge to and from the Port of Baltimore. Those trucks also cannot go into tunnels, which means that those trucks are now being rerouted to outer roadways in Baltimore, including the Beltway. So commuters should be very much aware that they may be seeing more of these trucks in the months to come. Scott.